mechanics to be able to block effectively. And I think the first thing he did was I know y'all know previously the offensive line we've always blocked out of 2-point stances. First of all, he changed us to 3-point stances to allow us to just be more nasty and explosive off the ball and just really get at guys. So yeah, it's really that. Like he just turned us really all into technicians. That's what he's been doing. And I feel like that's really been like showing up on film lately from the few practices that we've had.
Dave Eckert, go ahead.
Hey Rasheed, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing good, thanks. Hey, I just wanted to follow up on that. How does a 3-point stance help you do those things? I mean, why is that different than a 2-point stance?
I ain't gonna lie. At first, I really didn't like the 3-point stance because obviously it's easier to get in a 2-point stance than a 3-point stance. But like once I finally got comfortable in it, I realized it helps a lot. Like it helps me plan my legs more. Like you're more explosive off the ball, and you have. I personally, I see for myself, I'm more explosive off the ball and more powerful, and I have better pad level coming out of a 3-point stance. That's just me personally. So yeah, we're going to be in 2-point stances and 3-point stances, but mainly we're going to be in 3-point stances. And I feel like it just that kind of took like it took. I mean, everybody kind of had to adjust to it because, you know, I never thought I was going to be in a 2-point stance while I was at Penn State. But, I mean, of course, like, when new stuff comes around, you can't really keep on crying about it. You just got to do it and see how it happens. So, and it's turning out to be pretty good. So, yeah.
John Sauber, go ahead.
Rasheed, who's someone we should watch out for and fans should watch out for as a breakout candidate? Not necessarily even along the offensive or defensive line, just someone you've noticed in practice in general.
It's actually a lot of people. Like a lot of people.
Oh shit! Sorry, Rasheed, I unmuted you. That's my fault.
Oh, you good? But I mean, I can name a bunch of people. Like just firsthand people that I see every day. Like Caden Wallace has really made a big jump in like just his technique and football IQ, and he's just been like real good with like picking up to the game speed. Caden Wallace, Adisa Isaac, you mentioned him earlier. Who else? Noah Kane. All the running backs, all the quarterbacks been sharing reps. Really like, yeah, Des Holmes. Like we got a whole bunch of guys. Like, and especially on the O line, like I feel like before Trout, we had so much talent, we just didn't realize it. But Coach Trout's really just been like allowing everybody to reach their potential. You know what I'm saying, for themselves. So yeah, it's a lot of guys to watch out for this year. Nick Tauburn has been doing pretty good. Yeah, man. Daquan Hardy, I know he's been getting a bunch of interceptions in practice. Yeah, it's a lot of guys.
Dave Eckert, you got a question?
Sure. Hey, Rasheed. I'm just wondering, has it been a challenge for you at all with, you've got a new position coach, you've now got a new offensive coordinator. Has it been hard going through that acclimation period without having, the kind of practice that you usually would?
I only look at it as being hard. I just try to like control the controllables and just do everything I can to just adjust. At the end of the day, like you said, it might be hard, but at the end of the day, like it has to happen. So, You know what I'm saying? It all comes in times due. I just got to control what I can control. That's how I look at it.
Greg Piccolo, go ahead.
Hi, good morning, Greg, and good morning, Rasheed. Thank you so much for your time.
Good morning.
Rasheed, what has maybe surprised you about practice, or what is different that maybe we don't know? So we know the mask and we know the shield and all that kind of stuff, but what else about the mitigation has been different, or maybe something that we wouldn't know from the outside that you guys are experiencing and working through?
Well, really with the mask, yeah, that was annoying. Kind of got over that. Practice was a little different, but now it's like it's normal now. Like we're rolling, like so. Yeah, it's the only thing is like the music isn't as loud in practice. Obviously, that's it. We've been doing everything else the same though, pretty much.
Dave, Greg, question? Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, Rasheed, I'm curious about that factor of it. How is that going to change offensive line play? And I guess how would with hard counts and them being able to hear your calls, I guess better. Just how's that going to change things? Can you walk us through that, please? And how you think it's going to change things?
First, I don't know about us, but I kind of like when it's not loud on the field. But secondly, like as far as like the play calls and the defense hearing our calls, I don't think we really worried about that because we gonna execute regardless. Like that's our main goal. Like if we're gonna run the ball, you can know if we're gonna run the ball. We're gonna run the ball still. You know what I'm saying? Like we just gotta execute. That's the main thing. So that's our mentality. As long as we execute and do what we have to do, just strive for perfection. We're straight. We're not really worried about what the defense knows or if they know what we're going to do. You know what I mean?
What are we going to see different about this offensive line? There's been a lot of words used to describe you guys: veteran, experienced, versatile, fast, mean, bigger, so on and so forth. But when we actually get to game day and that first series comes up, what's going to look different about this Penn State offensive line compared to the opening game a year ago?
There's going to be a lot of bodies on the ground because that's how we coming. We're coming hard this year.
Does Coach Troutwine, and I guess maybe playing off of that, maybe not, and David, I'll stop after this, but has Coach Troutwine brought a different mindset in that regard, or is it just you guys are at a point now where you feel like that's the expectation, of course, that's how you're going to play? I mean, how has Coach Troutwine played into that?
It's a little bit of both, like, because at the end of the day, we know what we have to do. We know the expectation, and Coach Trout, I feel like he just holds us to that standard in a way. If you know what I mean, like, because we want to get after everybody. It's just basically Coach Trout just giving us the tools that we need to get after people. But
does he have a catchphrase?
Huh?
Does he have like a catchphrase of any sort, or like something, a motto, anything like that?
Catchphrases. I don't know. We got our old line talk. I don't know if I'm gonna say that on here, but shoot, we the Pack Boys. That's our name. That's our old line name, Pack Boys.
Where's that come from?
Where Pack Boys come from? We move as a pack. We one unit, so that's all it is. Like we Pack Boys.
Thank you, David. I'll yield to you.
Sure. Do you remember who came up with that?
Oh, me.
It was you. Yeah. How'd you come up with it? You just think of it one day or what?
For real, how I came up with it, well, that, like, we all move as a pack. And, one, it sound cool. Two, inspired by, I'm from Maryland, so it was really inspired by, like, when I was in high school, it was this rap group named PPG, Pack Boy Gang, and then that's kind of what it was inspired from. Like, it was a rap group I used to listen to, and then we kind of all voted on it. Everybody liked it, so that's what it was. So now it's kind of like we just making a name for ourselves now. But yeah.
So is it new or is it something that you've had for a little while?
It's fairly new, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's fairly new. Right. I would say we came up with it around winter workout time. So before we left for spring break and never came back. It's just been standing ever since.